When I got here today, the lady gave me my registration form, and she gave me a number. And I was like, okay, 1504, And she's like, oh, you don't need to memorize that because, we're going to call you by your name like you're a real person. And I was like, oh, so it's not like jail? So much. But, so there were these people at my job, and they were complaining about their childhood. And this one girl, she was like, my dad was gone all the time because he worked so much. And I'm like, well, that's too bad, because, your dad should have been more like my dad, because my dad was like, oh, stubbed my toe, gotta stay home. So my dad would stay home and sit on the couch. But I don't really remember that we talked that much, except when he was yelling at me. And he called me Mark a lot. And I have a brother named Mark, but I don't really know. And then my mom called me last week, and she was like, hey, Catherine, when are you going to have kids? Because, all your older sisters have kids, and I want you to have some kids. And I'm like, Mom, I don't really like kids, I just had a kid. They were just, following me around my apartment. And I don't have any food. I don't really know what they need. I have some vodka. And then, they need toys, I think, and I have a toaster. Like, make some toast. Just make toast. Don't plug it in, unless you have some bread, I guess. And, well, then I was like, Mom, I can't really have kids because I don't have sex. And I know that you might not believe this, but it's very true. I'm celibate, and I have been for almost 24 hours, and I feel so free. I do. So free. But then there was this guy that I was dating. It's like I was really just having sex with him, Sean or Scott. Scone, whatever, so we got really wasted last week, and the next morning he was like, hey, Catherine, I think that we did something different last night, but I was really drunk and I can't remember. Do you remember, like, something we haven't done before? And I'm like, well, Scone, it was good, and that was different.